FM.
And now, Mornings with Mike and Iris present Love 'em or List 'em. You tell us.
Patrick wrote in with this, saying, me and my girlfriend have been dating for a few months. I met her family a few weeks ago, so I decided to take her to meet my family this past weekend. Later, I found out that, my family didn't seem to like her at all. When I brought this up to my girlfriend, she didn't seem to care, and she said that she was just being herself. Love her or list her?
List her.
Really?
Yeah.
Say list her, why?
Yeah.
Because of the family or because she just didn't care?
The family. Yeah, and if she doesn't care...
This is a communication issue.
And if they're a close family?
I was about to say that. If it's a close family...
Imagine your family not liking someone you're going out with.
They have, but they don't
How stressful would that be?
They don't tell me till after we break up, and I'm like, cool. Spent the past 5 years of my life with them.
Oh, well, good. At least, they keep it to themselves and they, pretend.
True. This is true.
But not a lot of families can do that.
Uh-huh. And it's not bad. Sometimes families can see more and their radars are off. They'll be like, because you're so in love that sometimes the blinders are on.
Sure.
So, but also too, your family's not the one that's going to go home to them. The family's not the one that's going to spend every day with them.
Yeah, but if you're the type of family that gets together a lot, you can cut yourself off from your family.
Oh, yes.
So, all right. So maybe you've been in this situation. How did you handle it? Did you love him? Did you list him? Maybe you have some suggestions on how, if he wants to continue to love this person, on how, maybe he can get the girl that is seeing to turn around on this. Mm-hmm. This whole I don't care what they think, I'm going to be me thing. What do you think? 915-280-2931. Your thoughts, your suggestions, love him or list him.
And now, Love 'em or List 'em on 93.1 KISS FM.
All right, so Patrick wrote in. He needs your assistance. He said him and his girlfriend have been dating for a few months. He met her family a few weeks ago, so he decided to take her to meet his family this past weekend. Later, he found out that his family didn't like her at all. And when he brought it up to his girlfriend, she didn't seem to care, and she said she was just being herself. Love her or list her?
Okay, this is Jake from State Farm. Go ahead, Jake. What do you think?
I would have to say I would list her. I married a woman for 11 years. My sister barely spoke to me. I just thought it was sibling rivalry. Come to find out, it was her the whole time. And she had told me that she didn't want me to marry her. She didn't like her. She didn't care for her. Finally, when I got with my current wife, we have been tighter than ever, and we've really mended fences and bonded ever since that marriage ended. So
now,
it was 11 years.
Before those 11 years that you were with your previous wife, were you and your sister tight? Were you all close?
We had kind of a love-hate relationship. There was a lot of sibling rivalry, so that's why I didn't pick up on it.
Uh-huh.
And so there was times where we would be good, but there would be other times where we would kind of bicker with each other a lot.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't picking up on the signs.
Sure.
But why did your sister?
Now that I'm with, go ahead.
Why did your sister say why they didn't like the girl?
Very self-righteous.
They didn't like her personality?
They didn't like her personality. She didn't know how to carry a conversation. It was like she either said nothing or she talked incessantly and there was no dialogue. It was monologue and then the conversation was over.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you're telling Patrick, if Patrick, let's say Patrick has a tight family, then you think he should list her?
I do.
And if they're not a close family, then I guess it really doesn't matter, right?
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm close with my family, but they're all back in Ohio, and I live in El Paso, obviously. So even living long distance still put a strain. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying I would list her.
All right, Jake. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Love him or list him on the free 93.1 KISS FM mobile app. This is Rebecca.
If she was just being herself and your family doesn't like her for who she is, then there's really nothing she can do about it. I think you should love her and have a talk with your family.
Okay, love him or list him using the free 93.1 KISS FM mobile app.
I've been married twice. My family hated both men. There's a reason why my family hated both men. List, 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 run, run, run.
Wow, man. The family part, that one's tricky.
Okay, so you've been in the situation. What are your suggestions? Do you love him? Do you list him? Do you have maybe some tips you could give Patrick? Especially if you think that Patrick should continue loving. 915-280-2931 or use the free 93.1 KISS FM mobile app.
And hey, if you are, feeling like you don't have enough energy for today, I've got the place for you to go. Tea2Go Tea Energy is where you can head out there for some healthy teas for healthy living. You can get that extra boost to start your day, sugar-free, or you can get them sweet, unsweetened, served hot or cold. Whatever it is, they have it for you. Tea2Go also has a special water department where you can get the RO water and a water table to fill the jugs. They also have boba tea. They have a large selection of teas for you to choose from. You can go through their drive-thru. You can also order ahead of time on the app, then pick it up. Check them out at any of the 3 locations located on Pelicano, right off Joe Battle, East Lake, and the newest location on Montana. Tea2Go Tea Energy. Energize yourself.
And now, Mornings with Mike and Iris present Love 'em or List 'em. You tell us.
Patrick wrote in, me and my girlfriend have been dating for a few months. I met her family a few weeks ago, decided to take her to meet my family this past weekend. Well, I found out my family didn't like her at all. When I brought it up to my girlfriend, she didn't seem to care, and she said she was just being herself. Love her or list her?
Okay, let's read more and play back more of the comments before we render the verdict.
So we have Sarai who wrote in through the free KISS mobile app saying, list her. If you are close to your family, it will always be an issue. Then Chris wrote in, I've dealt with a family who's judged me from the beginning of a 15-year relationship. At first I didn't care, but in the last 3 to 4 years, they've managed to slowly manipulate my partner against me because of assumptions they made. I didn't know this until 2 years ago. Now, if she was smart, she would run. So he's saying the girl should list him.
All right. And this is Jim using the app.
There has to be a reason why they didn't like her. Now, if you really like her, I would talk to your family to see what their reason is and go from there. But for now, I think you should still love her.
Yeah, and that seems to be the majority.
Yeah.
Love her,
talk to your family. It's going to be a tough talk, but why? What's the reason? If I'm happy, can you guys try and be happy?
Right, yeah. And if push comes to shove, you just stop bringing her around.
It's a tough decision. But
it is.
But there has to be a reason. Why? You just didn't like the way her hair was combed?
So until you know more, love her is the verdict.